One of my friend's boys woke up with the sun one day and discovered the beauty of the sunrise. "God made the sky for me and it's so beautiful. It makes my heart happy," he told his mom. Of the 9 worship styles for kids, a child that leans toward the naturalist style feels most connected to our creative creator God when they're out in nature. But how can you help tune their hearts to sing God's praises in the great outdoors? Hi, I'm Christie, the Bedtime Devo Mama. The sand that was laid on the icy winter roads for traction had been scraped onto the boulevards. The snow had finally melted, but the grit remained. It's one of my least favorite parts of my very favorite season, spring. But in the midst of all this sand and dust, small blades of grass poked through. I pointed out the small blades of grass to my then 4-year-old son. "Look, the grass was dead all winter, but now it's coming back to life." But I didn't leave it at that. I followed up with a question. "Do you know someone who's dead but came back to life?" His answer, of course, was Jesus. We then had an interesting conversation about the resurrection and the power of God, all because of green grass. Not every child that loves nature will naturally let it point him toward God. However, it can be a powerful way to help your child connect with God. Nature can lead us to worship, and nature can teach us something about God. As Paul writes in Romans 1:20, "For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse." Like Paul states, there are so many lessons about God that can be learned from nature, and your naturalist child already has a God-given appreciation for them. The best way to help our children figure out what God is revealing to them through nature is not by lecturing them about it, but by asking gentle questions. Questions help by enabling us to discern what God is doing, drawing us closer to God, encouraging us to ponder the invisible things of God, and leading us into worship. This can be as simple as you pointing to something amazing in creation and saying, "Isn't that beautiful? Thanks, Jesus." Your moment of worship teaches your child to notice God's hand when they look at his creation. For slightly older kids, or if you're ready for a deeper conversation, here are some questions you could use to set up a teachable moment. What amazes you about that? What does that teach you about God? This gentle teaching is illustrated in Max Lucado's book, The Boy in the Ocean. In it, the nameless boy learns about God's love through the mystery and power of the ocean, the mountains, and the sky. This book is so gentle and rhythmic that it has almost put me to sleep a couple of times. Not because it's a bad book, but because it's very relaxing. It almost has the push and pull feel of waves on the sand. It's such a beautiful way to show your naturalist child how we can learn about God and connect with God through his creation. You can ask your local Christian bookstore to bring it in, or I'll also leave an Amazon link below. This video was specifically about the naturalist worship style, but did you know there are actually 9 worship styles for kids? I have a downloadable quiz that you can take, which will help you determine which of the 9 worship styles your child leans toward. The link is in the video description. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe on YouTube or like my page so you'll get notifications of when new videos are up. Each one contains short, sweet, hope-filled ideas for spiritually parenting our kids. Bye!